and that is to honor these, I call them trailblazers. I don't know what other word to use, because they were there from day one. When we brought this idea to Delaware, and Bernie approached Margaret Rose, and she was like, you're kidding me, you know, I'm a Texas girl. So, you know, you're not telling me anything about Juneteenth, okay? So we're going to present an award to our senator, and I'm going to say, well, retiring senator.
That's right. No.
Say it loud.
No.
They don't want to hear that.
No.
Our retiring state senator, Margaret Rose Henry. Would you come up, Margaret?
Come up. Yeah.
We did receive a proclamation.
Oh, you did?
You get it, Margaret? Okay. And also from the Treasurer's Office.
This came from the Treasurer's.
Oh, okay, to Margaret Rose.
Thank you.
So thank you, I'm sure. Mrs. Potter,
Yes.
thank you so much for this resolution. What we decided to do this year, and again, this is another idea that someone came up with. I'm going to just go ahead and say it was PJ again. But we decided to give the awards on the Kwanzaa principles. And you know, it's the 7 principles, and so we were like, well, how are these people connected? So we came up with something here, so I want to read this to you. Delaware Juneteenth, in your honor, presented to Senator Margaret Rose Henry, who exemplifies the principle of Imani. We applaud you for your faith in our grassroots effort to successfully bring awareness of Juneteenth to the state of Delaware on this 24th day of June, 2018. For slavery is not just a ball and chain, but a condition of the mind.
Wow.
Yep.
Well, good evening. If you're like me, you're probably cold by now. I want to say it's such a special honor to be recognized for something that you're very proud of. I want someone in the room, Bernie, to stand up. Bernie, would you stand up? I would have never run for office. Most people don't know that. She called me one Saturday morning and got me out of my bed. I was a nonprofit exec serving my community. And she said, what are you doing? Come in, let's have some coffee. And the rest is history. So Bernie, I want to thank you for this journey you took me on. And second, I want to thank Bernie, because when I met Bernie, that's how the whole idea of Juneteenth really came to life. And I was from Texas, and he said, he's been working on this idea. I said, listen, I'm a Texas girl. My father was a longshoreman, my mother was a domestic, and they used to tell me all the time on the third Saturday we could go to the public parks, because things were so segregated you couldn't even go to parks. So when they were children, they would tell me about that. So Bernie, it was my highest honor to be able to sponsor this legislation for you. I'm just so honored to be able to do that. And I want to say a special shout out to my partner, J.J. Johnson. J.J., I think we've done good by our state. We've done good. J.J. made sure that the funding for Juneteenth stayed in the budget. He would fight about it, he would scream about it, he would do whatever was necessary, but he stayed forthright. And I just want to say that when you get a chance to serve, it's a blessing. It's a blessing to be able to serve your community, and I'm honored tonight to see Juneteenth come to this level of sophistication, Sandy. Thank you so much. Thank you. Oh, sure.
I'll be on the other. I'll flank you.
Did you break the camera? Thank you. Thank you so much, sweetheart. Oh, I will be careful. Don't worry.
Let's give Senator Henry another hand, please. Thank you. Our next honoree, State Representative James J.J. Johnson. Would you come up, please? Watch yourself now. I'm gonna help you up here, 'cause we get me and JJ go way back. We getting kind of old now, so we have to take our time here. That was before he was state rep, right?
Yeah.
Come on over.
Okay. Thank you, Sandra.
Okay, I'm going to give you this
And
one.
once again,
Okay.
Okay.
once again.
Once again, we have a proclamation for you from
the
our
treasurer.
treasurer, okay, our city treasurer, Ms. Velda Potter, and we're going to read the award. For Delaware Juneteenth, for your support, presented to State Representative James J.J. Johnson, who exemplifies the principle of DEJA. We applaud you for your work and responsibility in seeing that funding remained available for our Juneteenth initiatives on this 24th day of June, 2018, for slavery, again, is not just a ball and chain, but a condition of the mind. Thank you, JJ.
Let me begin by saying that Sandra was right. We go back a long ways. But Bernie and I go back even further. Bernie and I same the same birthday year. Actually, we grew up in Wilmington together. I think we were in a club together at the YMCA, Bernie. Yeah, and that goes back a long ways. And I see a lot of other people that I've been connected with. But let me first begin by recognizing my wife, Ernestine. Has supported me throughout the years as far as my election and everything. Then I also want to recognize my colleagues in the General Assembly. One of them spoke earlier, Bethany Hall Long, who served with me in the House of Representatives and went on to the State Senate and went on to be Lieutenant Governor. We served on subcommittees together, and we've always supported each other. Bethany, thank you. And I'd also like to recognize State Representative Charles Potter, who serves with me in the General Assembly, as well as Representative Stephanie T. Bolden. Dr. Stephanie T. Bolden.
All right.
I'll be retiring. Will be dependent on you guys to pick up the slack and continue the support of Juneteenth. And I know you will. And I also like to recognize my sister, Gloria Carlton, and her husband, Sam Carlton. Stand up. You know, when you get in a General Assembly or elected position, you need the support of your peers as well as your supporters. And I've been fortunate throughout the years to have the recognition of my supporters. But I want to tell you a story. You know, this Friday, I was requested to go to Washington, D.C. to make a video. And I didn't know what the video was all about. And the video was about the support of our congressperson, Lisa Blunt, Rochester. I didn't know it until I got down to Washington. And actually, when I got down there, the video was about when Lisa goes to Washington, we all go to Washington. And I said, Lisa, we could have did this up in Wilmington. All you had to do was take that video. But I was glad to go down and support her. Actually, we all should be able to support her.
Yes, yes.
She's running for re-election. I'm not running for re-election. I'm retiring. But we need to support Lisa because she's doing a terrific job.
Yes, yes,
JJ, you have much time left?
My time's up. Thank you. But my time is just about up, but I want to say that we only have one congressperson in D.C. And we must make sure we support our congressperson. Lisa, is Lisa still here?
No, yes,
Is Ted here? We must support Lisa. Make sure we have a representative in Congress. Thank you. Thank you.
and here you go. Don't forget your proclamation.
Get your proclamation.
Thank you.
Thank you, JJ. Thank you so very much. Let's give him another hand. We must give credit where credit is due. And we're going to ask our founder, Bernie L. Wilkins, to come up. Now, Bernie told me he doesn't want to talk, and that's okay. And I'm so happy that he's here with us.
Yes.
And I know that he has plenty of support all around this room, especially his church. I know New Calvary. You have there you go. You can stand. Come on, stand so people know who you guys are. That's right. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much for coming and supporting. The last principle, Delaware Juneteenth in your honor, presented to our founder, Bernie L. Wilkins, who exemplifies the principle of DEJA. We applaud you for your passion in helping us realize our purpose on this 24th day of June 2018. No one is free until all peoples, plural, are free. Amen. Thank you. Yes, let's give him another hand. We have one more presentation for Bernie. And I know there's a representative here from Del State University. Oh, great. Thank you. Bernie, come up. When I asked Delaware State University, which is Bernie's alma mater, when I asked Provost Tony Allen, that we wanted to begin a scholarship in his name.
Yes.
They were more than happy to do so. So now, Bernie, we present to you Delaware State University. Now, let me tell you what this means, because I got a little confused, okay? It means that we are to continuously raise money. So I'm looking at the various elected officials in the room.
All of you.
I'm looking at the various churches. Perhaps we could have a collection maybe once a year towards this scholarship in his name. That would be ideal, because he certainly does deserve it. Don't you agree? So Bernie, we present this $2,500 scholarship to start with in your name at Delaware State University. Marcia, did you want to come up and say? Okay.
Good evening, everyone. From Delaware State University, home of the Hornets, I am just delighted to accept this check from our alumnus, Mr. Bernie Wilkins, and the Delaware Juneteenth Association. I heard about Juneteenth, I guess it was probably almost 24 years ago in Dover. And we were talking about that at my table back there. And I came to the event, and honestly, I didn't know that Mr. Wilkins was a Hornet, or else I would have had a bag, but I'll still get all that to him. I'm just delighted. This was a wonderful event, and hopefully some of the young women that are here and the young men that participated will consider joining us at Delaware State University. We're doing some fabulous things, and I'm just honored to be here with Mr. Wilkins. Thank you.
Yeah.